offensive lineman ever to play in the National Football League. Jerry, come up and show himself. Let me read you the plaque that we'll present to each of the Hall of Fame inductees. It says, the East-West Shrine Game is America's premier college all-star game. It's played each year for the benefit of the Shriners Hospitals for Children. These hospitals provide expert medical care for children across North America at no cost. Strong legs run so that weak legs can walk is the core value of the game. There is no greater good than to help kids, and there is no greater experience in college athletics than the East-West Shrine did. It's more than just a game. 2009 inductee Jerry Kramer, University of Idaho, game number 33, December 20th, 1957. Jerry, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Emotional evening. Wonderful evening. Thank you, Jack, and thank you all the Shriners for the honor you bestow upon me. It's a wonderful thrill. It's a wonderful thing to be a part of this organization for so many, many years. The East-West Shrine Game was a huge thrill for me coming out of the University of Idaho as a senior in college. I don't think I'd been more than a few miles from the university up to the time I got the chance to go to San Francisco and hang out with the big boys, hang out with some of the all-stars from other parts of the country, measure myself a little bit against some of the all-stars and think about the possibility of playing beyond that game. So thank you very much for that honor. And even more special than that, let me thank you for 84 years of kindness to children across the United States. Let me thank you for 865,000 children that you've helped over the last 84 years. Let me thank you for the $2 million a day that you have raised to help these young children. That is sensational, and I am extremely proud to be a part of that. I would like to address my remarks to the young ball players sitting here today. It's quite a road ahead of you, a lot of surprises, a lot of wonderful moments. I remember starting the game of football back at Sand Point High in northern Idaho, up near the Canadian border. And I was a typical sophomore, stepping on my shoes and stumbling over my feet and spilling my milk and everything else I got close to, and wasn't sure about this football. I wanted to play, but I didn't have any clue about whether I could or couldn't. My line coach came up to me one day and he said, "Son, you got big hands, pretty good sized boy." He said, "You can if you will." And he turned around and walked away. And I said, "Can what? If I will what? Finish the sentence. What do you mean?" And he just walked away and left me to think about it. University of Idaho, another great thrill. Ultimately to Green Bay. Coach Vincent Thomas Lombardi, an incredible experience. Taught me about execution, taught me how to win. Taught me that you don't win in life or in football without execution. You cannot execute without belief. Your belief must be founded on solid fundamentals, not empty conversation, preparation, commitment, consistency, discipline, perseverance. Life must be founded on those same principles. The game of football is very much like the game of life. You get out of it what you put into it. You play the game fairly, squarely, decently, by the rules. Honor the game, you honor your life. Many players play with their body. Few play with their head. Few play with their heart. You've all seen the guys that play with their heart. They're too small, they're too slow, and yet they play. But those guys who play with their heart and their head and their body and maximize their God-given potential are the guys that will play this game for a long time. And you will always be known as a football player. I thought that after I got out of football a few years, I would be a lumberman or a restaurateur or a businessman or this, that, or the other, and I've had a handful of professions, but I'm a football player. And I guess I always will be. I've had a lot of success in the game. Being a part of the Green Bay Packer organization was an incredible thrill. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. Being a part of that team, being a part of that organization. I was selected as the best guard in the first 50 years of football. And it was about the same time that my book was #1 on the bestseller list. And that blew my skirt up just a little bit. Made my head size grow just a little bit. I was sitting around one day, busting my arm, trying to pat myself on the back. And I said, wouldn't it be a terrible tragedy that to be one of the best ball players that ever lived and be a total jerk as a human being? To be a total failure as a father, as a brother, as a neighbor, as a member of the community? So I've tried to focus a little bit more of my energies on being a better human being. And someday, after you leave the game, you will go back to your community. And I would urge you to leave a positive impact on your community. To take this organization here today as an example. To take it home with you. And be a better brother, a better son, a better neighbor, a better member of the community, a better member of the nation. Leave a positive impact. You only have to leave one more positive impact than negative impacts. If you do, you win. Have a positive impact on your community. You can, if you will. Thank you.
Very good.
We're doing this alphabetically, so we're...
Get a shot of that, Jordy. Let me get a shot of that.
Oh, great. Are you really? Okay. Great story.